Dear students, this is part 6 of our lesson Evolution of Mankind. In previous 5 parts we have discussed about the human species, different human species which were in the past and now. From Homo habilis to Homo sapiens sapiens. Even we have discussed about heredity and other some characteristics of human life or we can say human mankind. Today we'll be discussing one of the topic that is actually given after the exercise in your textbook. That is not given in textbook, it is given after the exercise of your textbook when the questions and answers are over and the next page comes. That is additional information that is given to you, and that is quite helpful for you to understand the lesson better. Okay, so the topic today we'll be discussing is fossils, or some people call it as fossils. Okay, so what is this and what is its relation with us? So after the death of any animal and plant, its remaining or its body parts get decayed and they are converted. Like bones can be converted, the flesh, the bone will be remaining as, and of course it is not as it was when the animal was alive. There will be different changes and the bone may get decayed or it may get broken, but that broken or not broken bone is called as a fossils, and archaeologists study these fossils. And after studying this, we can get information about the animals they used to live on the earth, and we can know about them, like what age they belong to, then what may be the diet, and what are the specialities of this type of skeletons, fossils. So fossils are the remains or marks of plants and animal that lived a very long time ago. It means even plants fossils are also found. Not only of animals, but plants fossils are also studied carefully. We can study about animal fossils, and from the animal fossils also we can get lot of information about the plants, how the plants have evolved, what are the changes that had happened in the animals as well as plants. That is the useful for us to study. Fossils are important because they tell us a story about the things that lived on the earth before us. Okay, so I was telling you the plants fossils are also found, and where these are found? These are mostly found underground, or they are found on the rocks, stones, and they are studied carefully by different methods like carbon 14 method. Then scientific methods are used to tell more about this type of animals and plants, and many of these fossils are stored in different museums so that they can be studied again and again whenever they want, and even the people also can experience how the species used to look like, what were their speciality and how they used to look like. Even we have the fossils of dinosaurs which were there before some lakh or some 1,000 years ago, and if you want to know more about them, definitely the fossils is going to be very useful for us. Even the plants fossils are very useful to understand about the plants, isn't it? So they are important, and how they are made. Fossils are made from the hard part of the plants and animals. So fossils are made from what? The hard parts of the plants and animals, such as we can have barks of the trees, then seed cases, bones, and teeth. Now the teeth can remain for a longer time, the bones can remain for a longer time of an animal or even plants. The bones are not there of the plants, but these parts like bark and seeds, they are found of plants. But some bones of human body as well as animal body remain for a longer period of time. Their small particles, dust particles, minor particles are found, their marks are found on the rocks, and scientists have invented so many type of scientific method to know about this type of fossils. These parts do not easily rot away after plants and animal die. Even after the death of plants and animal, these fossils are remaining underground on the rocks or the various places we can have. Then fossils take millions of years to form. So to form the fossils is not a transformation of a day or years. It may take some million years or thousand years. It means it is a lengthy process. It is taking lot of time to convert animal bone into fossils. So if you have visited any coastal area, or if you have visited sea, if you have visited any river, so you must have come across some of the parts or the bones or fossils type of things. How they have came along with the water, they are flowing and they are found in the such areas or the water bodies. Okay, so archaeologists and historians study about these bones, about these skeletons, about these plants particles, and we come to know about their lifestyle, their food, and so many type of things. So we have fossils of dinosaurs, you can see in the picture. Here is also one example of fossils that is kept in museum. You can see in the glasses the other remaining parts of the or other fossilized part of the animal are found. Then here is an example of fossils of human beings and their other ancestors. So after studying of these fossils or skeleton, we are able to tell a lot of about that particular animals. Okay, so this was about fossils. Now we'll be discussing about how the man or the human beings are different from the other animals. Isn't it? So what are the differences? You can see here in this image. What is this? This is hand of a man, human hand. And you will find, if you look at your own hand, you can observe your own hand, you will find that 4 fingers are closer to each other, but one thumb is separated. It is little bit away from the other, or it is having a distance from the other 4 fingers. Why? Because it has also a reason. Imagine if there was no thumb, and try to hold a thing whatever is kept near you. Try to hold a thing without using your thumb. Okay, if you have anything like you try to pick up anything like book, if you try to pick up which is closer to you, or anything you try to pick up from the four fingers, so what you have noticed, you must have noticed that without thumb the grip will not be firm. You cannot hold the things properly, and this is possible with the human only, because if you look at the other animals, they can't hold the way as we are able to hold, because this is possible because the shape our human hand, isn't it? So if the thumb is not like this as we have, there are chances we are not able to pick up the things properly, and we are able to make our hands flexible. If there is a small thing we can use, or we can make such a way folding up our hands so that it will be easier for us to grip. We can use different fingers for different type of things to hold on. So two fingers, each two fingers can be hold differently. So thumb is very important for us, and that is mostly found to human only. We don't find many animals which have the same type of structure of our hand. Can you find? There are very less animals, like only we can say apes, and very few animals can hold as strong as us, because the thumb is the structure of our hand is very useful for us. This is the one major difference that we have with the other animals. Then the next difference with the other animal is, of course, the brain. The human brain is most developed among all other animals, and that is very useful for the human beings, for the development to think and to invent new thing, imagination, and for many other things where brain is very important, and we have made this development only because of the use of the brain. So our brain is larger as compared to other animals, and it is functioning also very properly. Then next difference with us is the face muscles. The muscles which are in our face, jaw muscles, the muscles which are closer to your teeth, tongue, and even your throat, these face muscles are very useful for human beings for different reasons. For what reason? We can chew the food properly, bites are done properly, biting. Then this is also useful for us to talk clearly, isn't it? So if the jaw is not flexible, if it is not moving easily, so we are not able to talk clearly, we are not able to produce different type of sounds. And this is the specialty of human body, that our muscles of face muscles are flexible. We have flexible tongue that is moving all around the mouth, and that is very useful for us to speak, to eat, and to produce different sounds. Okay, so the jaw muscles that is in our mouth, our jaw is flexible, the tongue is flexible, that is also very useful. The next part that we have larynx, and that is very useful for us to speak clearly. That is found, you can see in the image, it is placed in the throat area of human beings, and this is quite useful for human beings to speak clearly, speak loudly, slowly, as we want. As per the demand, we can make changes in our voice, we can make changes in our speeches, tone. That is possible only because we have this body part that is not mostly found in the other animals. Okay, so all these things make human beings a better animal as compared to all others others animal species. And the brain that is developing, and it has developed slowly. You have seen that Homo habilis brain was not much developed, then erectus little bit developed. They have developed the brain slowly. The brain was developing slowly. At the beginning, why human were not intelligent? Because that time their most of time was spending in gathering the food. Like Homo habilis has to run behind the animal, and you know that this is not easy to hunt an animal. Hunting an animal is not easy task. They have to run, they have to chase the animal, and then they could hunt the animal after a long efforts. So their most of time was spending in gathering food or collecting the food and eating them and digesting them. But as man was using more and more brain, his brain was developing and he was becoming more and more intelligent, and he was developing all the things. He was developing the food, he was developing the comforts in the life, and it has been very useful for us to develop. Okay, so this was all about the lesson. In the next part we'll be discussing about the last part of the lesson, that is exercise of the lesson, and I have to given you activity to complete the comparative chart of different species of human being. That also you keep doing. Send worksheet on time. Watch the videos again and again until you understand it properly.